Good morning everybody, it's Eleanor here from The Love of Stitches here on YouTube and also on Instagram. So today is the 31st of May. God, it's end of May already. Can I apologise for not being around? As you were aware, I was going to Italy. Had a fantastic week in Italy and sadly fell ill on the last day. Came home and tested positive for COVID. So yeah, we won't dwell on that. But since getting better, I have done a bit of stitching, and obviously I did a bit of stitching whilst I was in Italy. So I'm here to show you that. I've also got some a new chart to show you from a good friend. I hope you will help me supporting her. And what else? Oh, I've got some stitchy kindness. And if you watch my Instagram, you'll notice I was sorting out my DMC at the weekend, and I will show you what I've done with them. So where to start? So the last time I spoke to you, because I had to rewatch it because it was on the 2nd of May. So it's a month since I last spoke to you all. Cripes. I had been working on offendel, and I'd noticed I'd done a mistake. I sorted that mistake out. So if you're wondering, you've probably seen it all before. There's loads of Flosstubers out there working on her, but there we go. And if you remember, I was working on the backbone of the border, but I'd noticed in the top corner that I'd gone wrong. So I had a small section to pull out because I'd done an extra stitch. I'd done that, met her up, and this is where we are now. So, don't know whether you can see all that. So the backbone is in, and then I've started working down this side. So I have got quite a bit done on her. So I'm pleased with how she's coming along. I did take her to Italy with me, but I didn't get very far on her. I did work that section last week. My 5 of 5 this month went totally out of the window, but I have new plans for my 5 of 5, which we'll go through once I've gone through everything. So, and I'm working on with the call for DMC. Oh, and I do believe it's cafe au lait that I'm using, and it's 40 count. There we go, she's back in her bag for next month. I've also photocopied the chart and put it onto my iPad, so it's easier to work when I'm sat here, because this is my stitching corner when I'm stitching on a night, and I have my iPad there, and I can work from my iPad when I'm stitching on anything in Pattern Keeper is on my Kindle, which is there. You can just see it. So that is Tom Offendel. I did take a new start to Italy with me, if you remember rightly, and it was the retreat exclusive that we had from Hats, which is Anne Campion. I've not touched her since I came home, but I did get a bit done while I was still on holiday. There we go. So I'm still not 100% sure on the coverage. I don't know. It looks all right on camera. But I am using the Soir 103. And it's on 40 count. And the 40 count is Vintage Country Mocha by Zweigart. So, there we go. So I really wasn't sure on the coverage with that. I'm still not sure. I might change it, but we'll see. So that was my Anne Campion. I'm sure it will be a release at some point, but it is just a retreat, sort of like special. And only those that attended the Yorkshire Stitching Retreat in March, and also there was a retreat in the States. Oh, my mind's gone blank. Symposium. Had access to it. So what else have I stitched on? So I did take with me to Italy. I did take Elizabeth Weston. Charts open. Let's close that. I have done quite a bit on Elizabeth Weston. Let me just show it. How. So there we go, Elizabeth Weston. I had to work from the booklet when I was in Italy. The reception for the Wi-Fi was not the best, but the hotel itself, gorgeous. Really, the staff were wonderful. So I couldn't fault that. So I did a bit of Elizabeth whilst we were in Italy. And I was working across the top, and I'm also started filling in that section there as well. You can see the basket appearing. So I'm quite pleased with what I've done on her. I'm so glad I got the backbone of the border done first. There was a brilliant finish on Instagram last week that I'd actually missed, but Carol, Saltbox Stitcher, messaged me and said, have you seen this? And yes, Carol, you do need to get yours out and start stitching on her. She is a beautiful stitch, and as you can see, and that's just DMC. I'm saying that's just DMC, but that is DMC. She's turning into a beautiful stitch. There's a theme going on here, and they're all big. So there we go. Could use it as a blanket. It is a fat half, and that is Cafe au lait. I do believe it's Cafe au lait by Zweigart. Oh, sorry, Light Mocha. 40 count, and all my DMC. So back in its bag, and we don't lose it. And then this week, we had our roll the dice on Saturday while we were at the pub, and the number that came out, bear with me, if you do manage to follow the roll the dice, the number that came out was number 6, and for me Number 6 is Spirit of Verlander, which is a long dog sampler. And this long dog sampler, I'm going to take it out of the hoop because I was working on it last night, and I'm going to be working on it again tonight, and then I start my 5 of 5 tomorrow. So, and she is included in my 5 of 5. So, because I'm working on my pattern keeper with this, it's 82 point, bear with me, let's have a look. Yeah, 82.5, so 82.5% done. So, there we go. She's looking lovely. Yeah, my centering wasn't the best. I thought I was going to run out of fabric. I thought wrong. So, but yeah, she's looking good. So it's just all that section there that needs doing. So she's a beautiful, beautiful stitch. And it is 40 count again. And if I remember rightly, because I've had this fabric a while, I mean, I was stitching on it last time Duncan and I went abroad. So that was before the pandemic. So I think it was about 2019, 2018. And I was stitching on her in the Canary Islands. We were on Gran Canaria when I started her. So that's going back a fair while. But I am using a Silks For You, which is a lovely variegated thread. And I can't remember the number. But it's got purples and blues in it. So it's really nice. And as you can see, it stitches up lovely. So I want to make this my next finish, because I've only got just over 7,000 stitches to go. So she is planned in for this month. And since getting her out on Saturday, I've already done 1,500 stitches. Like I said, I'm going to work on her tonight, and then tomorrow I've got a new start. But before the new start, what I'm going to do is show you the new chart that I started. So I'll stick that to one side. I've got a table aside of me today. So, a good friend of mine, Hazel Henry, reached out to me and said, I've designed a new chart. Would you mind having a look at it and maybe stitching it? Not a problem at all. It's a beautiful stitch, and it's called Matilda Goodwin. There we go. And you can find it on Etsy, and it's under Sampler Nostalgia. It's a PDF. It's a beautiful stitch, and this is how far I've got on it. I have been substituting some of the colours so that I can fit them into what I've got. But like she said, you can do that. That's not a problem. But that's where I am at the moment. Let me take that needle minder off. It's getting in the way. She's a small stitch. There we go. Really loving it. So, Matilda Goodwin. The aim of the charts is What she's doing is she's researching people from ancestry and making them their own little charts. So Matilda Goodwin was actually born in 1800, and so she was born in the 1800 in St Mary's, Maryland, United States. She died in 1865. Her mother's name was Anne, represented by the letter A that's on the chart. Just get it up. So you've got A and R there. And her father's name was Richard. I imagine Matilda stitching a sampler when she was 11 years old, hence the date 1811. She married George E. Cullins and had 2 children, William and Mary. So all the information that she's got from Matilda Goodwin was gathered from Ancestry, and she's just bringing these people to life by making them their own samplers, which I think is a fantastic idea. So there we go. So please support this new designer. This is her first one, and as I said, you can find it on Etsy under Samplers Nostalgia, or you can just search for Matilda Goodwin and it'll come up that way as well. But it is a beautiful, beautiful little stitch, and I think we need to be supporting our new designers as much as we can. So there we go. So please, please, please. And she does have some more in the pipeline, which is good. So I hope to support her by getting those as well. So, what else? Ooh. So, my new start, which I will be starting tomorrow because I need to get it done. It's another sort of model stitch for Northumberland Sampler House, and bear with me and I'll be able to tell you what she's called. As usual, I'm my usual self, so email. Oh, it's not there. I know it's on my phone and I'm filming. Anyway, I can give you you'll be able to see when I'm stitching her. But there we go. It's going to be done on 40 count linen called Oak from Northumberland Sampler House. She dyes her own linen as well. And I will be starting that tomorrow, so I'll be able to give you some sneak peeks on that. But it will be the Scottish stitch along for next year. How are we all getting on with this year's stitch along? So I don't know whether you can see her or not, but there we go. Oh, I've got reflection from the windows, but Miss Brown is there. So how are we all doing with Miss Brown? I hope you're doing well with her. I know I did. So she will be started on my 5 of 5 tomorrow. So what else am I going to be working on for my 5 of 5 this month? I love this 5 of 5. I really do. So I know I've got a dedicated 5 days working on something. So let's have a look. So we're going to do my model stitch. As I said, she's planned in for tomorrow. We're going to work more on Anne Tong Offendel. I need to do a summer small for an exchange that we're doing at the end of June. It's not like pushing your luck, Eleanor. And I'm going to be working on red. She's coming along nicely. And Spirit of Philander. I really do. She's planned in twice this month. So I've even planned out what days I'm going to be working on stuff. So from the 1st to the 5th, my model stitch, then Anton Offendel, Spirit of Philander, my summer exchange. So it's all in this order. Red, and then finished off by Spirit of Philander again. And then by the time I'm finishing Spirit of Philander, I'm hoping, because I'm on holiday next week. So that's why she's, actually, I'm taking Anne with me next week. But when I get back at the weekend, Sunday, she's planned in. So maybe I get a big chunk of it done then. But I really do I want to get a finish. I really do want to get a finish on that. So fingers crossed. If not June, it will definitely be put into my 5 of 5 for August. July, sorry. Ooh, missing a month. So yeah. As you can tell, I've still got a bit of a choke. But yeah, my roll the dice, Spirit of Philander. Looking forward to it. So first I'll go through Stitch Kindness, and then I'm going to show you what I did with my DMC at the weekend. So I hope you're still with me. It's early morning, but there we go. So a lovely stitcher called Sarah reached out to me and said, I've got a blackbird chart that you can have. So, and it's Mother's Honour Due. And not only did she send me the chart, I'm really grateful. She sent me fabric for it to go on. Does she say what the fabric is? Bear with me. Oh, it's 32 count buttermilk by Sparklies. So there we go. And then she also sent me 2 of the floss. Which it calls for. Because it calls for raspberry parfait, brandy, avocado, rhubarb and Grisha gold. So she sent me raspberry parfait and avocado. And it looks a lovely stitch. So, and I will definitely put my mum's name on that, because Fad Adams has put hers on. But yeah. So I saw our names to give my mother her honour due. So Leona and Barb Adams. Beautiful stitch. So thank you very much, Sarah. I will be sending out thank you cards. I did purchase some last week, so they will be going out in the post, hopefully. But I'm so grateful for your kindness. Thank you. So that was my Stitch Kindness. Have I bought anything? Believe it or not, I haven't. I've been a good girl for a change. I'll tell you what I did get. My dear friend Sandy, her daughter made some bags for us. Me, Sandy, who else? Susie, Ali, don't forget Ali, my Auntie Liz, and a surprise one for someone else. And they are, look at that, Yorkshire stitches. Beautiful, beautiful bag. Thing is, we've all had to get key rings so we know whose is whose, because they're all the same. And I picked up a fabulous key ring in Sorrento. Look at that, Eleonora. Had to be done. This is a key ring that Sandy brought back from New Zealand. But yeah, so I've got a nice bag there, and the zip goes right round, so you can get a Q snap in there if need be. So brilliant. So I love my new bag. Goes with my jacket. I also have a t-shirt with a Yorkshire Stitcher emblem on it as well. And we've also booked our next trip, which we will be doing in May. We're going on a cruise and we're going to the Norwegian fjords. So I'm looking forward to that. So DMC. So you would have seen a lovely photograph that I took on Saturday of my mess of DMC, and they really did need sorting out. I've been in a thread of the month club for the last 18 months with Lakeside Needleworks here in the UK, and you get about 25 threads a month over an 18 month period, and that gives you the full set of DMC, and I've now got the full set, which is good. So let me just get my photographs up. Library. Is it pinged over? Yes, it has. So this was the mess from the weekend. Sorry about the glare. And I had 4 bags to that were still in the bags from being posted to sort out and bag up and add to my floss. So I will show you what I've done in regards to that. I also have had loose ones for old projects that I've finished, and there's a bag there with loads of stuff in it. So I've just brought one section down because they are hung at the other side of my door upstairs. So on this ring, they're all in Floss Away bags, and I've got DMC 3814 to 3840 on this ring. So each floss has an individual bag, and then some flosses have more than one. So I've just put any loose threads into there like that. So we've got 3 lots of 3823 in there, and these are all just hung in my craft room stroke office. I mean, I don't know what I was doing, but I've got loads of DMC 3828, and there's about 6 skeins of this all in that one bag. So if anybody needs that, let me know. But yeah, so all my DMC is stored like that on the back of the door, all numbered, and then if I need something I can just grab it and then put it back when it's finished. Oh, so I'm quite pleased with that. And I've got a full set of DMC. And as you can see, with some, I've got extras, especially 3828. So that's what I was doing at the weekend, sorting all them out. So there we go. So I've just used the tags that I use for my floss jobs to just put on there. And then, there we go. I know what's in what. And when they're sorted into sections like this, it's so much easier to find. Like, I think it is anyway. So, there we go. Well, I hope you managed to stick to the end. I want to thank you all for following me. And just to let you know some Flosstubers that have given me a shout out lately. So, we've got obviously Carol, Saltbox Stitcher. Although it's not obvious to everybody, but there we go. So Carol Saltbox Stitcher. We've also got Chris the Camping Stitcher. Oh, she did a Flosstube on Monday because I do believe it was Memorial Day in the States on Monday. Here it was actually a bank holiday. It was it used to be called a Whitsuntide holiday, but we now have it as a spring bank holiday. And she was filming and had a power cut halfway through her filming, and ended up doing the rest of the film in dull light. It was quite funny. She kept coming back. Nope, still no power. So I hope you managed to get it sorted out, Chris, at some point. And good luck with your retirement. I'm so jealous. I wish I could retire. But I can't, because I can't afford it. But there we go. So there's the Chris Camping Stitcher and Sweetwater Stitcher. She actually gave us a shout out not so long ago, and she's also doing 5 of 5. So is Chris Camping Stitcher. So I'm glad Carol and I have managed to encourage lots of people to do 5 of 5, although I've been doing it for quite a while, on the back of Carol. So I'll put the links down below for those Flosstubers if you want to check them out, but they're all really good, but I would say that one out because I like them. But check them out, tell them where you heard them from. So I want you all to have a fantastic stitching week. I am on holiday next week. We are going to Scotland on Friday for a week. And I will be taking my stand with me, as in my tripod. And I'm going to try and do some filming while I'm up there on Wednesday morning again to show you how I've been doing with the couple of stitches that I've taken up. So have a fantastic week. If you've not subscribed, please press that button. Thanks for watching. I am really grateful for those that do watch me. And now I'm waffling on, so I do apologise. And I will see you all nice and early next Wednesday morning. Take care, everyone. Bye.